Anyway, the game is starting now. Cyris playing as the Brother Captain, still using that Blood Raven skin. I think it's the Blood Ravens anyway. And we do have Noisy playing as the Blood Angels, or the Blood Ravens. I really don't know about these skins, to be honest. I get kind of confused with them. But these scouts are actually going to push forward very aggressively. As we saw in that first game, Noisy likes to send his scouts very far forward. But do you have a strike squad and attack squad coming up for both players, very standard. They will see the Brother Captain capping that power and will poke him down a little bit. Brother Captain is very tanky, so he won't mind one bit. Actually, he's taking quite a bit of damage. On 800 health now. So he did take about a fifth of his health there in damage. Anyway, second IST coming out for Cyris. We could see a third IST. A scout model actually just gets picked off there by the wrist-mounted Stormbolter from that Brother Captain. Force Commander is pushing up very aggressively as well, actually. You're going to go for that requisition point by the looks of things. Just going to decap it to stop it from maturing fully. Anyway, Brother Captain is going to go mid, going to decap what Noisy has already capped. Second scout squad coming out for Noisy up here to fight the Brother Captain. We all need to be careful to not lose a model to that wrist-mounted Stormbolter as we saw earlier. These other scouts actually not reinforcing their model, just going to be on capping duty, so they don't need a full model set anyway. ISTs out in the open here. Needs to be careful not to bleed any models. There goes one. Could see another. There is two. And the Force Commander is going to fight the strike squad into melee. Going to see a battle cry get used here, and no battle cry gets used and does get specialed. We'll need to retreat out of there. Brother Captain being very annoying, being very tanky, and actually using his Stormbolter to hit these scouts behind cover. Operatives now coming out for Cyris, or halfway built for Cyris rather. These scouts still on capping duties off onto the right hand side. ISTs are going to come in, but I'm pretty sure scouts can win this. But there is just an instant retreat there from Noisy. Noisy does not want to be a part of that fight, and we do see 1 gen per player as well. Operatives also now out on the field. These bad boys are going to do a lot of damage. Going to see if they can actually wipe a scout squad again. This attack squad firing at the Brother Captain there. Brother Captain will get forced away. Brother Captain only on 200 HP now. We'll need to be a bit more careful. And could see him go back to base. 2 generators gets put down for Noisy. 1 extra generator now for Cyris. Let's see, we do have a sergeant on one of these scout squads for detection. Very nice choice against operatives. Force Commander is going to come in here. So, the strike squad is going to move into the building, however. These operatives still getting detected will be forced into retreat before they do bleed a model to these scouts. Do have the fallback plan also getting purchased onto them as well, which allows them to break retreat and also gives them the stun bomb ability. The Force Commander is actually going to run into this building here, and he's going to try and pop some models here with his little bolt pistol. Actually does do 16 range DPS, but he will be outmatched, I think, by the strike squads. Devastator squad now coming in for Noisy. Do see pretty much the same builds from both players as we did in the previous game, but we'll see how the map changes everything. As we did see in the previous series, Twilight and Noisy went for the same builds, but the map choice seemed to have made a big difference. These ISTs are going to get forced away by the scout with the sergeant. These other scouts gain the shotgun upgrade, as we've seen before. Noisy does like to get 1 squad with a sergeant and 1 with shotguns. But this Brother Captain doing a lot of damage. The elite training now coming in for one of the scout squads anyway. I think he's going to get it for both, however. There come the operatives doing a lot of burst damage. Force Commander is getting the Iron Halo, also does have the Artificer armor. He's going to be very tanky and very annoying to deal with. has the chase potential of ages when he is that tanky. Let's see, these scouts are coming in. Shotgun blast is going to go down. No grenade to follow it up. Stun bomb is going to go down. Stun bomb will get a single scout squad there, but these tanks are going to push forward. They want to try and force melee onto these operatives, but doesn't look like they're going to get the chance. Fallback plan is used. They're not going to switch targets to the strike squad. The strike squad is going to get out of there without a model loss. Tier 2 now for Cyris, and Noisy is only on 60 power, so he is a little bit far away from tier 2, but does have a full generator farm still, so he's got the income anyway. A tac squad actually getting built this time instead of a drop pod. Noisy does not have enough red for the drop pod ability this time, so the tac squad will just get built outright from base. Do have the brother captain now trying to fight the force commander. The force commander does turn on that iron halo. The ISTs will back out of there, knowing that they will bleed models if they stay in the fight. So force commander is going to run around with this iron halo. Just going to get a decap onto this VP by the looks of things. Brother captain is wailing away at him. Force commander switches over to these operatives instead. Scouts coming in for Noisy, Devastators as well coming in. Let's see. Brother captain is just going to charge head on into these Devastators. He will get forced away. Let's see what the force commander is up to. Picks off an IST model, picks off a second one, and does get forced off there in the end. Map is split and even. It's split sort of evenly, I think, right now, although it's still more in favour of Cyris there. Cyris is in control of more economy based points like requisition and power. And looking at the economy, 360 requisition income for Cyris, whereas Noisy is only on 230. Power income though is pretty much equal though. Double grenade launcher IST now coming in for Cyris. We did not see that in the previous game, but do see it now. Also have a purgation squad as well coming in. Let's see if they go in for a power bash. One tac model does die quite quickly. ISTs are bleeding quite a few models here from these Devastators, and Devastators will get out of there with full models. Let's see what's going on. On the left hand side here, the Justica was purchased on this strike squad. They will now be able to drain energy from the force commander, reducing how tanky he is because of the iron halo, and also be able to slow him down by 80%. Look at that slow coming in now, and that slow does last for 4 seconds. Do have a grenade barrage knocking down this tac squad. They will get up though. Brother captain with the Nemesis halberd and the teleporter pack coming in. These operatives will bleed another model to the force commander though, before using their fallback plan, or before retreating rather. Teleport pack now on the brother captain. This scout squad will need to get out of there. They cannot fight a purgation squad. Double tacs and devastators are here, but these devs are not facing the brother captain. Brother captain just outside the cone actually. The brother captain will get forced away there. Force commander is trying to tear down that building right now. Grenade launcher ISTs with only a single model actually with the grenade launcher trying to fire at these tacs, but before the Emperor does get used onto a scout squad with a grenade, these strike squads will only bleed one model though. And devs are going to be setting up in front of these strike squads. Scouts going to run into the building. Strikes are met by some suppression. But here comes Cyris. He is pushing in behind these devastators. These devs will get forced off. Grenade barrage comes in, followed by a stun bomb. Force commander off to the left hand side now. Purgation squad still with their flamer upgrade. Still no Psy Cannon upgrade on them yet, and there is a Razorback from Noisy, so I imagine the Psy Cannon upgrade will be coming in a second. Razorback is going to do a very nice job actually of picking off some IST models. with its it's about 60 DPS, I think it does. It's very nice. Similar DPS anyway to the Dreadnought Assault Cannon. These operatives as well will be a nice target for the Razorback. Razorback will carry everyone around and stop the Brother Captain from being able to do anything really. Very nice kiting here on the Brother Captain from Noisy. Anyway, we do have Noisy with the Force Commander off to the right, to the left hand side, sorry, to go around and capture some points, since he is going to be very difficult to contest for these points. Scout model does go down. These grenade launcher ISTs fire down a grenade barrage. Scouts will be retreating away. Razorback still just chilling here. Psycannons on this Purigation squad coming out, so the scouts, this Razorback needs to get out. It does take 300 damage already from that Purigation squad. ASM's now coming in for Noisy. Could see them tie up the Purigation squad to stop them from being able to actually fire on this Razorback. Could also see the improved armor as well, and the smoke grenade get used to prevent damage from being dealt. To reduce the damage from taking even. I'm kind of mincing my words up today. Look at the Purigation range here. Very massive. That's with the, I think it's called the Clear Sight ability, but it does grant an extra 25% range. Force Command with the Power Fist will take down the Brother Captain. Cyris is not paying attention. Well, he is paying attention, sorry. Brother Captain teleports away. Forgot about that teleporter pack. Look at the damage these side cannons are dealing. There is some repair going down. Razorback gets out with 12 HP. This Force Commander with the Power Fist will be completely uncontested now, since he will be able to take down model at a time from these ISTs with a single punch. I think it's model at a time anyway. But we'll also be able to disable vehicles if the Dreadnought does decide to come out into the field. The Justica ability again used to reduce the energy away from the Force Commander and to slow him down as well. Plasma attacks also coming out for Noisy, both squads with their plasma gun upgrade. Plasma guns were buffed in the last patch to do a bit more damage per hit. But the Razorback now back to full health. Cyris is going to go tier 3, and that means that it's going to be the threat of Terminators, Paladins and Interceptors on the field, but most likely Terminators, I think.
The enemy is capturing one of our victory points.
So Razorback is going to chill mid, doesn't have any units inside as far as I know. But Cyris is pushing down the right hand side with his full army. On the left though there is an IST grenade launcher squad. That is going to get forced off by the Razorback. Noisy really wants to prevent any kind of requisition points. Game matured now. So let's see now. Razorback needs to be careful. There's side cannons in range now. Rear armor hits are going to take effect. The Razorback will get out of there though with 93 HP. Brother Captain is going to teleport forward. Devastators are set up though to prevent any other units from coming in. Force Commander with the Power Fist doing some very nice single target damage to the Brother Captain. We do see Brother Captain getting forced off there. These operatives being suppressed, sorry, will be forced away. They do lose a model though, and the Force Commander is going to chase down this Purigation squad. Purigation squad is currently not even got any XP, hasn't killed anything, has only just done some damage to Razorback. Razorback's actually taking damage from the grenade launcher IST, so we'll need to be careful of that. And do bashing potential with a Power Fist being quite strong. Paladin is now out on the field, or not out on the field, sorry, getting built. I'm kind of really messing up my words today. But these Paladins are going to be very difficult for Noisy to deal with. There is double plasma attacks though, so they will do quite a lot of damage to them, but we will see. You think how slowly the Brother Captain is going down, just imagine when Paladins come out on the field and there's pretty much 3 Brother Captains on the field. in one nicely wrapped squad. These IST do bleed in model to that Razorback. Razorback's very nice actually at bleeding these ISTs. We do see Grenade Barrage trying to do as much damage to that Razorback as possible, trying to weaken it down. Dev's still mid. Could see some Vengeance rounds get purchased on them since there is no sign of a vehicle out on the field. Side Cannon Purigation Squad is getting suppressed, but they can still fire normally while suppressed, and that is a very expensive loss for Noisy. It does lose a Razorback and Devastator squad. They do have the Mind Blades as well on them for the extra damage. Force Commander will be forced off their scouts off to the right hand side, going to cap. Scouts on the left also capping as well. Force Commander's going to come back in once again. Purigation MVP, I'd definitely say they're any MVP now after taking down those two things, the Razorback and the Devastator squad. Paladins now have hit the field, coming in here with their Thunder Hammers and wrist-mounted Stormbolters. No upgrades on them yet. We could see the Liber Demonica for the Holy Ground ability, and could see the Psy Cannon upgrade, and we do see the Psy Cannon upgrade as well. Gives the lead model a Psy Cannon instead of the Stormbolter. And we see the Rev Captain teleporting in. Also see the second ability actually from that strike squad, where you can actually give 40 energy to a friendly unit. We do have a drop pod, actually it is. Actually knocks back the Terminators, didn't realise it could do that. Trying to delay this power from getting bashed. We do have a Predator tank coming out now. Predator with a Twin Link Last Cannon I think will actually do okay against a Terminator squad. Could be wrong on that though. But I'm pretty sure the Last Cannon does hit and does do some nice damage though. The Brother Captain actually goes down. He doesn't even fall to the ground, just appears on the ground. And this could be a very nice fight for Noisy. Force Commander taking a lot of damage though. Retreats out just in time. Paladins will be forced to teleport away, and they do take a lot of damage. And yep, we do see triple plasma guns as mentioned in the chat. Triple plasmas are going to shred through Terminators, or Paladins rather. But this Predator is getting a little bit closer. Look at the damage already being dealt to this. A model gets bled actually from the Paladins before they retreat. That's very unfortunate for Cyris, but Paladins actually only cost a fraction of the power to reinforce in comparison to Space Marine or Chaos Terminators. Chaos and Space Marine Terminators actually cost 50 power to reinforce, and I'm pretty sure that Grey Knight Terminators are only 25 power to reinforce, so they're not as bad. Could be wrong on that though. Can't remember the exact amount. Predator showing rear armor, not what you want to do against a Psy Cannon squad. The reinforced armor plating is coming out now. But they shall know no fear ability is getting used to reduce the damage taken on this attack squad, but they will retreat out of there. Strike squad model does go down. In fact, it was the Justica that went down on that squad. Very nice. And we do have these plasma attacks as well without their sergeant still. Okay, I'm probably thinking of Chaos Terminators then when they cost 50 power. But anyway, the Force Commander off to the side actually does prevent the operatives from moving. From capping, sorry. And you have the Predator mid getting repaired up by these scouts. And Brother Captain was repurchased as well for Cyris. That teleport pack is just too useful. Along with the Nemesis Halberd being able to shred quite a lot of Noisy's army right now, mainly these plasma attacks. Anyway, the Force Commander is going to just run in, lead the charge in. Retreats quite early actually. And look at the damage done to this Predator. This Predator is in a lot of danger right now. But these triple plasma attacks now coming in while the Paladins chase down the Predator. Oh no, the Predator is going to go down. These Turks are getting quite low as well. Vengeance rounds, Devastators, I don't think are going to be enough to force off these Paladins. Here comes a shockwave though, and look at the knockback from that. Still no Liber Demonica as far as I know, but the Brother Captain will now be the only one left in the fight. Force Commander coming back into the fight. But this Purgation Squad doing a lot of work, taking down Noisy's vehicles very easily by the looks of things. And the VPs are actually in Noisy's favour, however, 89 VPs for Cyris, 154 for Noisy. VPs are getting quite close together now. We do have some scouts off to the left hand side, battering some ISTs, but here come operatives to show them the proper way to use some shotguns. Force Commander is coming in now. These operatives need to be careful. Do actually take a lot of damage there. These triple plasma attacks doing quite a lot of burst damage there with their plasma guns. Force Commander is going to keep running in. And will retreat out of there before taking too much damage or losing too much energy. Do have attack squad retreating out of there. Brother Captain's going to teleport forward. This attack squad needs to retreat out of there. It does bleed a model from the splash damage of that Halberd. We do have another Predator coming out from Noisy. That previous Predator done quite a lot of work for him, but unfortunately went down. He is going to replace it now. VPs 89 to 96. This is looking more and more in favour of Cyris as time goes by, since he is on the 2-to-1 cap. Grenade Barrage is going to land, but these tanks do retreat out of there in time. We do have onto the left hand side scouts fighting operatives, but operatives are pretty strong. We do have Noisy in base reinforcing all these tanks, and the Predator is about to come out now. This needs to be a big push from Noisy now. Operatives fighting scouts once again. Shotgun blasters go down onto the operatives. Brother Captain's going to go down actually again. Brother Captain is level 2, the Force Commander is level 4. And we have some Devastators in the building here. Grenade launcher IST though, I do want to have a word with these devs. And these devs will retreat out of there. Wait, Paladins are back on the field. Paladins are going to teleport in now. They are going to chase down this Predator. Their wrist-mounted Psycan does quite a lot of damage to vehicles, so those who will need to be careful of that. Mind Blades is being used on them, but here come the plasma attack damage. And they will retreat out of there once again. Maybe they have the Purgation Squad doing a lot of damage, but these plasma attacks should be able to win the fight. There is a lot of plasma attacks here. Very nice grenade barrage actually, does catch out 2 squads. And they will retreat out of there with full models. 2 models, sorry. Drop pod coming in, very nice choice to reinforce. All these attacks that have been lost. Brother Captain has been repurchased, some units do pop out of it. It was not a attack drop pod, it was just a commander drop pod. Brother Captain is going to try and force away as many attacks as possible, does force away 1 squad. But the Predator and attacks are going to try and kite him. The Force Commander is going to run in and try and get down on these operatives. Brother Captain will get forced off. And Noisy is about to have a 2-to-1 cap once he's finished with mid. Force Commander is going to get quite low here, but we'll be able to continue chasing down this strike squad and we'll be able to get a model here. And we do have the Purgation Squad reset up in mid, along with the double grenade launcher ISTs with their acolyte leaders. And they are both at level 2, coming close to level 3 in fact. Force Commander is walking away. Don't have anything to... Actually, the Force Commander's going to come in and stop these ISTs. Keeps it neutral, very nice strike, takes up 3 models with a single punch there. Force Commander really needs to retreat though. And the midpoint will just be neutral for now. But Scouts actually did decap this right hand VP though, so It's currently a 1-0 cap for Noisy. Look at that. I think he could have actually taken down this IST squad if he fired at it with both plasma attacks. And if they actually landed their shot as well. But the triple plasmas coming in here still in mid. Population 81, 83. Very equal for both players right now. And these scouts are stealthed here and they will be able to get a grenade. They do have enough energy. This could be a nice grenade. Yep. Very nice. Takes down a strike squad completely. But these operatives are going to attempt the same thing off to the left hand side. Stun satchel charge actually. And the Devastators will get out there in time. Very nice reaction there by Noisy. These scouts will try and get the decap, but Paladins, Brother Captain and the Warrior Acolyte coming in here for detection. They will get the decap and they will leave it out of there, making it a 1-all cap. 54 for Cyris, 41 VPs for Noisy. This is a very, very close game. Triple plasma attacks coming in. Look at the damage these Paladins taking. Orbital bombardment now coming in though. And it looks like it's been very well dodged here by Noisy. In fact, he dodges all 3 beams. We could even see an orbital actually from Noisy himself. He does have enough red for it. Predator still going around. These purgations will take a lot of damage. In fact, actually get away with 17 HP. These plasma attacks are taking a lot of damage, but these Paladins, I think, are going to be kind of screwed here. I don't think their retreat is up. The Holy Ground ability does get used to give them the speed boost and slow down enemies. If these plasma attacks stayed in the fight a little bit longer, they could have finished down this Paladin squad with only 60 HP. Brother Captain actually comes in for the Predator there. Meanwhile, onto the left, a stun bomb goes down onto these Devastator squad. A drop pod is coming in, though for Noisy. Force Commander will get the cap onto the center VP. On the right hand side, scouts are capping that VP, and here's the drop pod to cap this VP. Should be a triple cap for Noisy now in a second, and that should secure him the game. Brother Captain going to go down once again to the Force Commander. Operatives are trying to do what they can to stop these attacks, but there's 2 caps. Here's the 3rd cap. (36-27). The triple cap is now on. Cyris needs to act very quickly if he wants to win this game, but he won't be able to now. He doesn't have enough units close enough to the mid or left VP, and Noisy will take game 2. What a close game indeed. Wow. Wow. That that was an intense game from both players.